Hey ditches, welcome back or welcome to my channel, to the channel, to
our channel.
If you're interested in retro Sims games or gaming in general, I would highly suggest that you hit that subscribe button because I'm here for you every week with new videos. Quick PSA before we jump into the video, I have set up a brand new channel, a second channel. It's called Don't Snuff My Boon, and it is there for me to post all the non-Sims related videos on that I have been posting on Freaky Fridays or Wacky Wednesdays here on this channel, but I decided it would just be the best if I completely shift them to a different channel. So if you are a Simmer here on this channel and you do enjoy other kinds of games like horror games, other online games, then I highly suggest that you go check that out, and I will leave a card and all of the information down in the description. This is what I love about The Sims, right? You can kind of bring in characters from other video games or movies or TV shows or literally any character that you decide to design into the game and bring them to life, in a sense, to bring them into different surroundings, to bring them into different situations. And that is exactly what I did with today's Create a Sim video. So in today's Create a Sim video, I will be creating the lovely, the spectacular Mikaela Reid. Mikaela Reid is a character from Dead by Daylight. Dead by Daylight is a horror type game. It is a strategic game, like strat, teamwork, that kind of thing. So Mikaela Reid was brought into Dead by Daylight on October 19th, I believe, 2021, in a pack called The Hour of the Witch. As I am the witchy friend, I thought, why not create her in The Sims? And not even just she, but all the characters, all the survivors and all the killers have so much lure, you guys. So much lure. Yes, Sims 4, I'm looking at you. Okay, so let's get into Mikaela Reid's lore. Mikaela Reid was 16 when the father passed away. She would always miss his sailing lessons at dawn, his colorful yet inedible tacos, and his warm, contagious laughter. She felt like she was padding in a vast storm-black ocean, each rolling wave submerging her, drifting in painful darkness. She almost lost herself, but resiliently, with love and care, she made her way back to shore. Well surrounded and supported by her friends, Mikaela put the past behind her and looked at life in a new light. She was excited to try new things and discovered storytelling as an outlet. Her friends liked her stories of daunting danger and hard-earned survival. She read horror stories more and more, savoring the powerful, heart-pounding escapism it provided. Autumn became her favorite season, and she threw a grand production for Halloween every year, hosting all her friends for a thrilling night of horror stories, scary games, and homemade treats. Over the years, she also showed interest in witchcraft and practiced light blessing, plant-based spells, and palm reading divination. She garden saged, mugwort, and lavender to craft her homemade products such as body butters, soaps, and skin lotions. She aspired one day to live off the products she made for her friends and family. In the meantime, she worked as a barista at the Moonstone, an independent and eccentric coffee shop in the arty part of town. Every Friday night, she hosted an open mic at the coffee shop, performing stories live in front of customers. Julian, her best friend and roommate, recorded some of her shows and posted them online. Also, unbeknown to her, he submitted one of her performances to the Endless Halloween Festival, where renowned storytellers performed on stage for Halloween. It was a beautiful surprise when Mikaela received an email from the festival inviting her to perform at their grand final on Halloween. The winning prize was big enough for her to launch her line of products. Excited, she burnt a stick of herbs in each room to dissipate negative energies. She began to craft her tale of horror. Mikaela stayed up all night filling her notebooks with abandoned beginnings. She had a story in mind, but unearthing it took patience and skill. The following night, the nightmares began. For a week, she would wake up in the middle of the night, gasping for air. Her dream was the same every night. She was dragged down a cold set of stairs and thrown into a dark basement. Then, her lungs would be set ablaze by a sharp iron hook stabbing her in the chest. A dark figure would pull on the hook and hoist her from the ground slowly until the pain waked her. The more she finessed her Halloween tale, the darker her nightmares grew. As days passed, exhaustion, anxiety, and stress took a toll on her. Often distracted, her coffees at the Moonstone were rushed, acrid, or going to the wrong customer. She no longer blessed the coffee beans in the morning, nor looked for omen in the leftover coffee grinds. Her energy was low and her magic felt drained. When she woke up screaming one night, she had enough. She asked Julian to watch her while she slept and record anything unusual. Julian agreed and started recording while Mikaela lay on her bed. Minutes later, her fingers began to twitch, then her toes. Her breath became labored. Then Julian stayed in shock as Mikaela slowly rose into the air, levitating over her bed. Panicked, he shook her shoulders to wake her up, but stopped when she began to scream. He grabbed his phone to call an ambulance, but a powerful crash diverted his attention. He looked down the hallway and saw a large, spidery fang slam through the bathroom door. Amidst the commotion, Mikaela woke. She saw the black spidery fang shredding the bathroom door and jammed out the bedroom. She slammed the bathroom door shut and shouted at Julian to help her barricade the door. Before he could react, however, the power went out. The room was submerged in sudden darkness. A second later, the lights came back on, and an eerie quietness followed. Mikaela and Julian ventured out the bedroom carefully. The bathroom door looked intact, and there was no sign of anything abnormal. But Julian has recorded every sound. A sleepless night followed. When she returned to the apartment after her shift, Julian was not there. Mikaela wanted to remove the recording of their ordeal, which she had posted online. Suspecting Julian might be at school, she left. The door clicked shut behind her, masking a stifled cry from the bathroom. As she neared her car, she looked over her shoulder. Mikaela felt watched. She whispered a protective spell and clutched her keys. Suddenly, a shadow pounced on the wall and she broke into a run. She reached her car and rushed inside, locking the doors. Breathing hard, she looked through the window. No one was there. Perhaps it was her nerves playing a trick on her. She turned on the ignition and drove off. The next day, Julian was still nowhere to be found. Mikaela had contacted everyone they knew. She looked for him all day and waited for him all night. Distraught and anxious, she missed her shift at the Moonstone. Halloween was tonight, and so was the festival. Julian had entered the storytelling competition for her. He had supported her every time she doubted herself. Maybe he would be there, but between her nightmares and Julian's disappearance, she had been too worried to prepare a story for the contest. She looked at her notes, filled with false starts. She could stay home, scared and helpless, or she could finish what Julian had started. There was a reason why she loved to tell horror stories. They made her feel brave to face any challenge. That evening, when the host called Mikaela's name at the endless Halloween festival, she boldly stepped on the stage, dressed in a costume. A black dress matched with a wide witchy hat. She hoped to spot Julian in the crowd, but she could not find him. And looking directly at the audience was a mistake. A sea of expectant faces was before her, eyes watching her every move. Her heart pounded in her chest as her hands began to shake. She grabbed the warm microphone and cleared her throat. A thick silence greeted her, only interrupted by a distant cough. She reminded herself that tonight was All Hallows Eve, when the veil thinned betwixt this realm and the one beyond. She had a story in her heart, a story that mattered. If she told it right, perhaps Julian would hear it. Mikaela took a deep breath. The wet wind of autumn whirled golden leaves around her. She inhaled the acrid smell of damp foliage. She swallowed the bitter aftertaste of coffee still on her tongue. Distant eyes caved from an old oak tree. She closed her eyes. The crimson darkness under her eyelids turned darker. Her heartbeat slowed. She exhaled deeply, her breath a puff of mist in the cold night air. Now she felt awakened, refreshed for the first time in weeks, and ready to tell the tale of a lifetime. She spoke into the microphone in a deep, haunting voice. She narrated a tale of billowing winds on a cold autumn night, of a loyal friend disappearing before daylight, of forgotten victims hiding in the wings of darkness, of throbbing graves sealed with terrible secrets, and of eternal night in the shallow of death. Mikaela pointed at the night sky and said that no darkness was truly beyond light. Even on this moonless night, the sky shined with long dead stars. A thick black fog engulfed Mikaela to the audience's amazement, and no one saw Mikaela Reid again. Oh my goodness, you guys. I hope you liked Mikaela's lore. Maybe she will be the new main character of a little spooky season, a playthrough. I don't know. We'll see. Well, I hope you guys liked the video. If you did, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel for more stuff like this, for more cool things. And yeah, if you are interested in seeing me play as Mikaela in Dead by Daylight, don't forget to go subscribe to my second channel. Don't snap my boon. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.